Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And welcome back to the Zoom Out Podcast. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is the Zoom Out Podcast. Your host, Vaughn Baptiste here. And this is the podcast where every week y'all come and listen to me talk and ramble for I don't know how long this episode might be. It might be a long period of time. I don't know. But hey, guys, this is just an audio diary, like I say. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed their winter break. I sure did, aka all I did was work. I'm trying to make sure I can at least, you know what I'm saying, stay with some money in my pocket, but that's not where we're here for. I guess I'll start with how I'm feeling about this new semester I'm walking into. I'm feeling good so far. I have a lot of different ideas. I have some things that are going to be keeping me on track with being creative, which last episode I told y'all we're most likely going to be talking about being creative this episode. And basically just trying to see what I can get done. You know what I mean? I have a senior capstone, you know what I'm saying? This is this project that I'm working on, and there's a schedule of things that I have to make sure I'm on top of every week. So most likely I will be pretty busy, especially, you know what I'm saying, even though I'm going to be doing this podcast still. Hey man, I got something in the works. So there's that. And then also I'm just living, honestly, you know what I mean? That Marvel Rivals game, man, oh man, that's taken up all of my time. I really have enjoyed that. My entire winter break has been me playing that game every single solitary day. I was plat at one point, but you know, with that new season, I'm down back to silver. I haven't been playing ranked, but that's neither here nor there. But I have some really good goals, as you can tell. I just want to make sure that I'm doing good by the time that we're out of here. You know what I mean? I don't want to be stagnant. If you catch my drift, I just want to make sure that I'm able to be creative as much as I can, and on top of that, be able to still get out, you know what I'm saying, all of my stuff. Cause you know, I am a creative person. There's the whole reason why I made this podcast. That's the whole reason I came into college, so I can do this video making and film, like that type of stuff. So hopefully, with this being my last semester, hopefully afterwards I can keep the dice rolling. I can just keep the wheels turning. I don't know if I sound sick or anything. I'm not sure yet, but hopefully not. So yeah, there's all that. And like I said, I'm just kind of getting back into creating. That's the main thing. I feel like I've been a broken record when I say that I've definitely been I was declining in my efforts to be an actual creative. There's a lot of time that I took without actually creating anything. Granted, I was still doing certain things that would be creative, like I said in a video that I did that I keep referring back to. But yeah, I'm just making sure that I'm staying on top of it, which is why this week we're back. I just got back on campus. I wanted to get this on and popping. You know what I'm saying? It's Tuesday right now, but you guys are obviously gonna hear this on Thursday. And yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm all on top of everything I need to be doing. So for the reason that we are here, once again, I'm gonna just welcome to the Zoom Out Podcast. If you don't know already, my name is Vaughn Baptiste, like I said previously, and I am a college student on my final semester of my senior year. And I wanted to make sure that I stayed creative. So in turn of doing that, I'm also going to be helping you guys stay creative as well. Now, granted, I basically did with this topic like I did for the other topic, where I just kind of went on Google real quick and just typed in the words "always keep creating," because that is actually a statement that my teacher, one of my professors, decided that was like one of the first things he told us, which was always keep creating. So that might have been the one thing that stuck with me throughout my entire time here on this campus, because even after that, I was sitting in another room just like trying to make songs and stuff like that. And now I'm sitting in here in this podcast room doing things, and I was doing all these other TV creating things. I was a part of many different groups, in communication, where they were doing like news related things, and I wanted to just see where I could get at. So yeah. And also I'm looking for an internship. I got a couple things lined up, so everything should be great. But yeah, I just want to make sure that, if I'm going to keep doing this, I want to make sure whoever is listening to this also understands that you have the ability to create. You just got to put just your best foot forward and get in there. Honestly, like that's all it really boils down to. You just got to make sure that you go over there and you grab it. And that's all that matters. So real quick, always keep creating is a reminder to honor the human nature, the human natural need to be creative and to make time for that. It can also be a way to encourage people to believe in their abilities and to not let self-doubt hold them back. Because remember, beforehand, I was explaining the idea of self-worth, and there's some people have that want to be so creative that they use their ability to be creative as their self-worth. And that might have honestly been like a thing I just realized is my problem, but we're here. So there's some things real quick that I found out for the reasons as to why you even should create. And it says that people create for many different reasons, including joy, to express themselves and to learn new skills, or even to imitate people that they admire. So you could watch a film that you really enjoyed, and then you realize, oh, this is the person that was the director for that. Okay, now you understand, like now you can be creative in the mindset of, okay, if I'm a part of a film group, how do I get these actors? How do I get these cinematographers? How do I get these script writers? How do I get all these different people to know exactly what needs to be done for this film, and make sure that everybody can just have a creative thinking process doing it? Or even for a cinematographer in the same respect. And I'm only giving these examples because I am a film buff. I don't really watch a lot of films, which is kind of crazy. I'm getting into it, but it's the concept of just making sure that you have the ability to learn something new, and then you're able to do some certain things that somebody that you admire is able to do. Because creativity, creating, that's always like, that's in any situation. That's in any form of business or form of anything, really and truly. So yeah, there's that. And then creating can also be a natural necessity. It can be something that is going to motivate you to do something. It's going to make you get out of bed in the morning. You want to create something. You like, at the current moment, I want to keep making these podcast episodes. So I literally get up every single week and walk from my room all the way over to here, because I don't have my own setup yet. And then I can sit here, flesh out an idea for an episode, and then hop to it, honestly. And I feel like it's just the thing that's going to help in a way. So there's that. And then the third point is that creating can be a way of practicing an art form, and also focusing on the process of that art form. So, and when I say focusing on the process, it really just stems from like the brainstorming aspect, like thinking about what exactly you want to do. Understanding that, okay, there needs to be some time that I take to just sit here and like really flush out the entire idea so that it can become something in the future, and you can continue creating outside of that. So we can move on real quick to how to even keep creating in the first place. So, and these are some things that I'm going to start doing in my personal life, and I'll tell you guys obviously how that goes as we continue. And first off, you will need to schedule time. You need to set aside time to create, whether it be just like a few minutes, like you drawing something really, really quick, just making a quick sketch, or committing a couple hours a week to that exact thing. So in my respect with film, I could create some time, maybe like an hour, and writing a script, thinking of an idea for a half an hour, and then for the next half an hour, maybe no, thinking of an idea for like 10 minutes, and then for the rest of the time, just write out as much of a script as I can. And then once I hit that last moment, I stop and then I reread what I just did, and I can understand like where I came from in certain words, the direction that the thing I'm writing in came from, that type of thing. So yeah, just setting time aside so that you can actually stick to that creative mindset is like left brain, right brain type of thing, where like obviously you need that time to be specific, be focused on really important stuff, but you need to let that creative side of your brain actually go ahead and like really focus on something else so that you don't burn out from all of the serious thinking. Like you have to let your mind wander a little bit, if you get what I mean. So then the next one is to believe in yourself. That comes with the self-worth thing that I spoke about. That comes with the need to make sure that you understand who you are. Like, you remind yourself that you are creative and capable, and that you can make your dreams a reality, because everyone has the opportunity. Everybody has the wherewithal to be able to actually do something creative, but it all comes down to what you are willing to do. It all comes down to you mustering up the courage or mustering up whatever you need to sit there and be like, you know what? I know what I'm capable of. I've seen the stuff that I was able to write down. I've been able to see the type of stuff that I could create. I've been able to see the different shots that I did for this certain film. I like my editing skills. I know I've been able to do that. And it's all a mental thing. So you just have to make sure that you get to the point where you're like, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I understand where I'm at. So you just go ahead after that and you get to it. And getting to it then means focusing on the process. Don't worry about the outcome. Instead, focus on the joy of creating. So basically, in a sense, it's kind of like that phrase where it's like, maybe it was the friends that we made along the way instead of the actual place, like the journey instead of the destination type of thing. Like I think you should worry about like building instead of having the finished product. That's the kind of thing that it means. Like you focusing, it's like an architect focusing on the blocks that he's placing, or focusing on the cement that he's laying down, instead of him worrying about, okay, this is the finished product. Okay, good. Like it should be that process of getting that creative output out so that you can even want to keep creating in the first place. And I feel like that is going to be something that 100% helps and is 100% going to make it so that you can just keep going. And you always need that reminder to just understand, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I know how good I am at this type of stuff. I'm going to just keep creating. I'll finish some stuff and I'll look back and say, hey, I did this, I did that, I did this and then that. And then you understand the process of all of that. And then something great can come out of it in the end. So yeah, that is just like a quick synopsis on that always keep creating line. And I'm genuinely trying to make sure that I actually keep going. I don't want to burn out this semester. I really don't. I have a tendency of getting a lot of burnout, because obviously you first get into somewhere, you first get into a situation, you want to go be 100% on it the entire time, but like at some point you start getting to 90 and then you get to 70 and all of a sudden you look up and you're at 35, and that's and then once you get to that 35, you might end up being at 20 for like the rest of the whole thing. So I want to make sure that I can fluctuate, like I can stay above 60. I think above 60 is a good little area, so that I can, once I get to that point, take a breath, maybe like a spring break, you just clear my mind for a little bit and then get back to what I'm trying to do. So that about finishes that topic. I did have another topic I wanted to actually talk about for this podcast as well, because I know I didn't want to come back and just only talk about one thing. Obviously, that's kind of crazy. So in the same vein of creating and being a creator and all that type of stuff, I did want to also talk about the fact that the one place where like 170 American users were completely on for like the past couple of years, TikTok is being banned or is in the light of being banned soon. I am reading from an NPR article that states the fate of TikTok and its 170 million American users hangs in the balance as the Supreme Court considers the constitutionality of a law that would ban the platform in the U.S. If its China-based owner ByteDance doesn't sell off its U.S. operations by January 19th. So basically, I think to kind of just shut it, put it very bluntly and very like shortly, or at least from the overall information that we're getting, or the information that like the public is able to get from this whole situation, the reason as to why they're getting banned is because the government believes that they are a part of like a communist party, and they believe that since the company is owned by China, they are in speculation of stealing our data and just kind of they believe that it's a national security threat, which, to be honest with you, is kind of crazy. And I just wanted to like really quick put my thoughts on it, because there's a lot more to this article, and I do implore you guys to go read it from the NPR article. But just my quick thoughts on it, because I've been obviously, like, I'm an avid TikTok user, and I just feel like, now granted, obviously, like, there is definitely a possibility that, there's also speculation of, they're forcing this propaganda on the American people to hate their own government and things of that nature. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not like a super political person, even though once the politics are in the whole situation, it's all over my feed. But I feel like that's already been the case. Like, I feel like the public, like the general public, has already had like this stigma or like this hatred towards the government anyway, because like of them doing like very like snarky things, or just being like very, very scummy with the stuff that they do. There's the government is funding like all of these different things that are harming people and this, that, and the third. And there's like the price is going up and all this different stuff. Granted, I'm like I said, I'm not too super well versed, so please take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I am just a low life college student. But in my opinion, I'm just like, it doesn't quite make sense to say that one, ByteDance for TikTok is, they're stealing our data and that's so terrible, and they're using it to do this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah. Meanwhile, every other social media is stealing our data. Freaking Meta and Facebook, all that type of stuff is doing that every single 5 seconds. There's been a running thing that there's somebody in our phones paying attention to us, which is why some people are covering their cameras on their computers and their phones and stuff like that. So it's just like, and then they're using your face, like don't do this, that, and the third, because they're using your face and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, people don't really care, because the people that are using these other platforms are the ones that are also sitting there, and they're sitting there and stealing our data too. Like, granted, I'm pretty sure, like, once you sign up for a thing, they literally ask for your data. So it's not like they're stealing it, really and truly. They're asking for it. And anytime you click yes, or that person clicks yes, or anything like that, proceed, whatever, we're willingly giving them data. Like, and that data for at least our understanding, is being used to just like advertised to us, and then people want to sit here and say like, oh, that's also an issue, that and then send the third. I don't see how that's the case, but okay. I just feel like this whole TikTok, man, this is my second thing. Like, there's definitely a thought process that like it's just silencing the general public. Like, we finally found a place to like communicate with one another. Granted, TikTok, the way TikTok is, depending on what side of TikTok you are on, that place is a cesspool of think pieces and random people's opinions that certain people take larger than a grain of salt and whatever, and it could be spreading misinformation. That's everywhere. But still, like, I feel like that's just silencing, because we are able to find a place that we were actually able to visually see everything that was going on. Like, we were able to see the stuff that was going on in Gaza. We were able to see the grimy stuff that the government was doing and all this type of stuff. And they obviously don't like that, especially not the fact that it's also on a Chinese based platform. So like they're now using all of this to end up banning it, which is insane to me, because the concept of basically taking away this one company because, oh, you think they're doing this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, we're not going to talk about the other applications, Snapchat, Vine, all these other places that were American owned that actually are doing the exact same thing that you're I'm going to say the word hating on TikTok for doing. No, because Elon Musk is next to Trump. So Twitter's fine, I guess. And then Mark Zuckerberg, just freaking psychopath. So he doesn't get touched either, because he's a white American owner of that place. And you know how this country treats that, as opposed to a Chinese based thing. So, amen. Especially since like they were grilling Xiao Chu, which I believe is the CEO for TikTok, on the first and second time that he even had to go through this whole "we might ban your thing." Like, our government is insane, but I just feel like there's a bigger conversation, and I know it's a fact that I'm not super intelligent, and I'm not super able to fully voice like how crazy this is. And genuinely, I implore anybody who's listening to this podcast. Now, mind you, I don't know if you will find it interesting, but it is an interesting story. Probably, not probably, it is. And I believe that it makes sense for anyone who is interested in what's going on with this TikTok ban. Even if you're not like a big fan, just like seeing what's going on with it and like the reasons that are like, they're not like bold faced, but you can at least like read the fine print and be like, oh, that's the real reason they're doing it. But it's like a whole situation that is just super weird. And I feel like it's not going to go the right way. And it honestly, it already has, because something that I've been seeing rummaging on my feed has been people now moving over to RedNote, which is this other Chinese owned app, and they're willingly saying like out loud, yeah, we're using this other thing now, and we are literally about to make sure that y'all can have my data. My government is doing this, that, and the third, and I don't care if you have it at this point, because they just took something that wasn't even a problem, and they're making it into an issue. So now, hey, we're just going to make it an issue for them as well. You want to take it from us because you believe that they're doing it, because you're speculating that they're doing it. Okay, fine. We're going to do it. We're going to move over to somewhere. If this actual ban does go through on January 19th, we're just gonna straight up tell you that we're giving our data to this other people, and we don't care what you do about it. And it is kind of crazy. I feel like just this little war that's going on with the government and in the base, like the public knowledge and all that type of stuff it's hilarious. But to be honest with you, it's already like Red Note is definitely getting a lot of different people on there now. And people are now ending up learning a different language as well, Mandarin. So, I mean, hey, it's honestly a win-win to be fully honest. But yeah, like I said, I know that, excuse me. I know that me just talking about it, I know I'm not super well versed in the topic or anything like that. And I'm aware of that, but I just wanted to like bring it to light for anyone who's listening and who is interested in it. I definitely think that you guys should go ahead and go on NPR, or go on Forbes or any big like news media that you guys listen to, and just go ahead and see what's going on there. There's probably different podcast episodes talking about it in different places. I'm just speaking on things that have been brought to my attention, and yeah, that type of stuff. So that is at the current moment, that is all I got for you guys this episode. I hope that you guys have been doing great. I fully plan on getting you guys these episodes every week like I did last year. Happy New Year, by the way. I forgot to say that at the start of this episode, but I just feel as if hopefully with all of this stuff going on, we can still find a good spot that's not meta or whatever like that in order to communicate. And that's kind of my full kind of close on that previous topic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was very quick, but it was just something that I felt like I just wanted to get this stuff off real quick, just as a welcome back thing. I felt as if it would have made sense for me to come back in here, record something real quick, just so I can get back in the swing of things, so I can get for next week. Y'all get a good episode for next week, because I got some ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to come in here and let you guys like bring you guys up to speed on what's going on, and give you guys some advice about creating and all that type of stuff. Even though TikTok is getting banned or being thought to being banned on the 19th. Hopefully there's still the other places like YouTube, Twitch, all that type of stuff that you can continue to create on. That's kind of the reason why that's like the mixture between those two topics. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will get you guys the next episode at the same time, Thursday, 2:00. Yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm out. Peace.